Coco. Isn't she pretty? Oh, she's glorious. Anyway, the service request for Coco is a velvet tiger cut. That just means the length and the style that the owner picked for her cat. The style is the same length all over. So tiger head, no mane, all the way down to the tippy toes, right? And the length is going to be the velvet. 7F is my standard velvet cut. Okay. You could make the velvet a little bit longer and switch to maybe the 4F instead. Yeah, but the 7F would be my standard default velvet length setting. See how quickly and easily it just glides through the coat. It usually doesn't really matter how thick the coat is. That 7F wall just cuts right through it. I use the black blade that has those built-in ridges. So for whatever reason, it just glides through the cat's coat so much better than a normal 7F, right? So, anyway. Just be like a little spring chicken afterwards. Running around the house. Being all happy. And free. That's the normal MO when a cat gets a haircut. Yeah. Yeah. Are you going to be a secret nudist at home? She's like, what do you mean? You may dance around in the kitchen naked. She's like, yeah. Who told you? Your mom. She's so pretty. If they were to do a pairing on cats and crystal, she would be a kiwi jasper. She would be a kiwi jasper crystal. The markings are just so pretty. She's like, I am? Yeah. So how's everyone doing in YouTube land? When you subscribe, I can actually hear what you're saying, because there's text-to-speech here on this live. Hi. It's Mac. It's Mac. And Cheyenne. Hey, Cheyenne. What's going on? This is Kiwi. This is Kiwi. Kiwi's a Himalayan sweetheart kitty. So what you up to, Cheyenne? You getting ready for Thanksgiving? You got Thanksgiving duties, designated duties that you have to do for tomorrow. You gotta cook anything special or just show up? Flowers, awesome. Aw, that's really sweet. It's so sweet. Waka waka, isn't she a sweetheart? You mean for the centerpiece for the dinner table? Is that what you mean when you say flowers? My favorite Thanksgiving dish was ambrosia. That's like marshmallows, sour cream, pineapple, grapes. It was served as a side dish, but it's really a dessert, right? Yeah, it's more of a dessert. It's delicious. Trying to think what was in it. I know I probably made it once or We are going back a lot of years to when I used to. Aww. Oh, that's really sweet. That's precious, Cheyenne. It's precious. Waka waka. Wow. And this cheek. You gotta get this cheek. You gotta get this cheek. He's like, what you mean? There. There. She's like, am I there yet? No, we're just getting started, little one. We're just getting started. Now, let's see. Aha. Hello. You are live viewing into a cat grooming salon where the owners of cats come to get their cats groomed or put into haircuts, right? And this haircut is the one that this owner chooses for Kiwi. It's called the Velvet Tiger, as it states on the video. She's a natural temperament. She's sweet Himalayan. Sweetheart. It doesn't get a whole lot sweeter. And her tail, the owners just want a 1-inch tiger tail, so that's like a long cigar. Oh, sola mio. Hey, hey, get back here. Waka waka. Why did you subscribe to a cat grooming channel? Just, you know, curious. Inquiring minds want to know. No reason, right? What do you think was going to happen? Yeah, well, she's born and bred for perfect temperament, so I know that's hard for a lot of people to wrap their heads around, but when you go to the right breeder and you do your research, you find the breeders who are breeding for perfect temperament, you get a cat like Kiwi, right? When you don't do your research, you get what you get, right? You get what you get. And you're lucky. If you're lucky, you get a nice temperament cat, right? Waka waka. Kiwi? Yeah. She's a sweetheart. Hey, where you going? She said, I wasn't doing nothing. I really wasn't. Yes, you were. You were trying to leave. She said, I was not. I was not. I was just looking over the side of the table. Doing your calculations. Doing your calculations to see how you're going to do your great escape. She's like, I would never do that. You're so cute. You're just so cute. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Alright, ready, steady, here we go. We'll probably just get her on her side in the bed. That's the most comfortable position when you're doing the legs for a tiger cut. So let's get that on. Get that on. Get her bed ready. Up we go. Here we go. The clipper is a fuzzy fix, and it has the 7F from Wall. The forbidden blade 7F. You think TikTok or YouTube will ever start doing some sound bites? Wow. 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 See if we can get her to roll over just a little bit. The bed helps to roll the cat over a little bit, so the belly is a little bit more exposed. Did you even ask her how she felt about her haircut? Yeah, so according to her mom, she runs around like a little secret nudist after her grooming and loves her haircut. But if you want to project what you think the cat is feeling right now, you go right ahead, right? And little toe beans. You're so cute. She's like, I know. I want to be all spiffy for Thanksgiving. So I'm going to be the star attraction, not the turkey. Are you going to have turkey? Does your mom give you a plate of turkey? Is that why you joined the channel? Is that why you joined a cat grooming channel? So that you could say that grooming cats is not good for them? Are you an idiot? Are you 12 years old? I mean, are you a parrot? Repeating what you heard? Yeah. Mm-hmm. 4 hours, wow. So what kind of paint do you use, Cheyenne, when you're painting your flowers? Just curious. Is it like watercolor or? There we go. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Almost. No, she doesn't have any mats. This is just her owner's preferred maintenance trim for her cat. For the same exact reasons that dogs will come in to a dog grooming salon to get a pet trim put in, right? I mean, if you ask the cat owner why they're getting their cat's haircut, the answer is going to be exactly the same as if you asked a dog owner why they bring their dogs in for dog grooming, right? It's for the same exact reason. Unbeknownst to, I guess, the general public, right? C'est la vie, the joys of YouTube. You never know what you're going to come across, right? You never know what you're going to come across. Oh, sole mio. Alright, we're going to roll you around. Good girl. Good girl. Let's do it this way. There you go. Good girl. She's 5 minutes away. 5 minutes away from getting her bath. She is not matted. There's not one mat in her coat right now, right? So that's not the reason why her owner puts her in a tighter cut. It's probably the same exact reason you go to a hairdresser and get your hair done, right? After it grows out a little bit, right? And where do you get your own haircut done, right? Why do you do that? Is it easier to maintain? Okay. No, because we are trimming this cat's fur down after a full regrowth, right? There was no mats in her full regrowth, right? No, if you look at the title of the video, NT means natural temperament, right? Not if they live in a thermostat-controlled environment. See, this cat lives indoors in a thermostat-controlled environment. This cat does not know it's Thanksgiving and cold outside, right? Because in her home, it's the same temperature all year round, right? If she lived outside, she'd certainly feel the cold, right? But I wouldn't be doing this to an outdoor cat, would I? So, people love to twist the factoids of outdoor cats and indoor cats and twist them around, and it's, yeah, to fit some kind of narrative, right? So, say what you want, but if you break it down, house is thermostat controlled, same temperature all year round. Cat has no clue what time of year it is, right? Nor does it matter, because in her home, it's the same temperature every day of the year, right? The only time this would come into play is if you lived in like a drafty old house, maybe. Yeah. Usually when you live in a drafty old house, you try to keep at least one room nice and warm. No, if you look at the title of this video, it'll say NT on it, which means natural temperament. Right? Natural temperament. No. Again, if you look at the title of the video, NT is on it, which means natural temperament. Right? If she was pre-medicated by her owner, we would state that on the title of the video, like we do with the other videos, right? When we're trying to indicate what the pre-treatment was, how it was being used, so all of that good stuff, right? I'm going to post in the community section what all of the abbreviations mean so that you can read the title of the videos a little bit better. Like, for instance, PTG, what does that stand for? Anyone know? Because you see that on the title of the video. In some of the videos you'll see PTG. Do you know what that means? When the video says PTG? Well, I don't really have to do a whole lot. She's born and bred for perfect temperament, but thank you. Alright. You did it. She's like, I did? What'd I do? You got your hair cut? You got your hair did? Oh, you're so cute. That's Kiwi. Right this way. Right this way. Right this way. She's like, what's happening now? She said, what's happening now? People. So you never answered my question, Kiwi. Are you going to be getting a turkey dinner tomorrow as well? She's like, I hope so. Cats like turkey. She said, yeah, I like drumsticks. Mm-hmm. And some sweet potatoes. She's like, what's that? It's like mashed potatoes, but it's sweet. Mm-hmm. Kiwi. Your name is Kiwi. Yeah. She's a little Stepford cat. You know what that means? A Stepford cat? Just born and bred for perfect temperament. Mm-hmm. Alright, so we're going to use Daryl, my bubble maker. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to shoot the bubbles into this warm wash, right? And there we go. Oh, sole mio, oh my own. Why, thank you. Thank you, Marlon. Thank you so much. Alright, so here we go. Get the bubbles going. Hee. Wow. Wow. Wow, she has short fur right now, so we're going to use the exfoliating glove to help. Nice little. Give credit where credit is due. So who are we supposed to be giving credit to? The shampoo that makes these bubbles? The breeder who bred this cat? What do you mean? Mm-hmm. What you mean, Jelly Bean, Marlene? What you mean, Marlene? What you talking about, Marlene? Wee. Wow. Is there any other way? Is there any other way, Marlene? I don't think so. There's no other way, in my humble opinion. Wow. Wow. Wee-hee. Alright, let's get that warm water going. Wow. 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 Tiny bubbles. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, did you just scroll onto this channel by accident? Because I'm hearing you right now in my ear, which means you subscribed to a cat grooming channel, right? So, you specifically subscribed to a cat grooming channel, and then now you're surprised that yeah, not according to our videos and our stats and all the notes that we take here on file. We've already have 1,000 pelt removals on file. You know, I guess those cats never got the memo. They never got the memo that they're supposed to be cleaning themselves, right? Well, exactly. We are giving this cat a oil change, right? An oil change. That is exactly why cats come in for grooming. We're taking the oil out. Now, if it was an outdoor cat, those oils would be something that cat would need. But this cat lives inside, right? So you twisting the outdoor factoids of cats and applying them to indoor cats, yeah, that's not really what, you know. You're getting things twisted there, little one. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow. All right, Cheyenne. Are you still here, Cheyenne? Cheyenne. Come back, Cheyenne. Come back. Waka, waka, waka. Waka, waka, waka. Waka, 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 wah, wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah. Cheyenne, are you out there? Come back to me, Cheyenne. Wow. Wow. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that it's cheerless, right? Yeah. So the fact that the shampoo is cheerless is irrelevant to you, right? Okay, because your mom said so. Okay, gotcha. Alrighty then. Well, then maybe you shouldn't wash your cat because, you know, your mom said not to, so there's probably a reason why your mom told you not to. Probably because you have no actual techniques to groom the cat at low stress levels and you could get hurt. So that's probably why she told you not to wash the cat, right? No one should be washing a cat if they don't understand techniques or how to groom them correctly, right? Just saying. So, just saying. Wow. Hoodie. You did it. You did it. You did. Everybody all set for Thanksgiving tomorrow? Wee. Are you set for Thanksgiving? She's like, I don't know. Am I supposed to do something? Well, I guess you're just supposed to be nice to all the people who come to the house, maybe. She's like, I can do that. You could be like the host. The host with the most. She's like, yeah, I could do that. Wow, 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 wow. Tiny bubbles. Alright, let's get the head done. Good girl. You did it. You did it. You did it. Good girl. All done. Alright, let's just rinse her off. Give her a towel out. And then I just throw her in the... Just go throw her in the dryer. Have a check back. Wow, wow, wow. You want your happy hoodie on? Wow. 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 Good. Make sure all that soap is off. There we go. Happy hoodie. Wow. Oh. She's like, what did you do that for? No reason. No reason. There we go. Wow. Wow. Alright, you want to stand up? Good girl. Good girl. You did it. You did it. You did it. Wow. 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 Well done. You look and smell marvelous. Alright, let's wrap you up. Ready, steady, here we go. Walk up. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Go shot. Alright, right this way. She's like, now what, people? Nothing. Nothing. Alright, let's clean this off. Alrighty, here we go. Alright, let's take that off. Start towel drying her face. Wee. Everyone looking forward to tomorrow for Thanksgiving? Wow, 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 wow. There. She's like, that feels good. I know. We're going to do a clean up in aisle 2 in just 1 second. Alright, ready, steady, here we go. Alright, let's get this going. Turn that on. Oh. You didn't plug in? Oh, there you are. There you are. There we go. Yay. Good girl. The sock heady thing is called a happy hoodie, and you don't put it on the head when you're trying to dry the head, right? So you put it on when you are drying the rest of the cat. Alright, let's turn you around. Good girl. Good girl. Turn you around. This way. There. Alright, let's do her ears. This is the ear solution that I use. It's called Tris. Good girl. Good girl. You did it, sunshine. So should we fluff you out a little bit? She's like, yeah. What's that mean? You'll see. You'll see. Start with that. The head softening thing, aka a happy loop. Alright, she's ready to be blasted. Are we ready? Are we there yet? Almost. Almost. Alright, ready, steady, here we go. a Shalandi dryer, by the way. It's only $80 on Amazon. Comes with a little heater, variable speed, and then you can manually turn the heat on and off. It's up to you whether you want to use warm air or not. Yeah. Turn her around. Turn the back of her ears. Waka, 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 waka. You did it. You did it. As soon as she's in the dryer box, I can do some Q&A. Just not right this second. You get choked up. You are. This way. There you go. Alrighty then. Alright. Waka waka. She probably doesn't want to go if that's turned on. Alright, go ahead. Go ahead. She's like, what do I do now? Well, we're just going to give you a little bit of downtime in there. There, you're about 95% dry. There. Alright. And I can do some Q&A if you like. Give me 1 second to just adjust my headset so I can hear you better. Alright. Headset's on. Alright, let's just go do a little close-up there. There you go. So the name of this page is a cat grooming salon, right? So no, we are not a veterinarian practice. What is the cat warmer? It is a pet dryer called pettime.us, and that's called a Pro Box. Pettime.us. I've heard of people getting mold when they were grooming cats, but I've never had that happen to me. I've had cats bite me, but nothing like what I've heard about and what you're probably referring to. Yeah. where the cat like literally attacks you. No. I think you have to royally piss a cat off, royally, to put it this way. The most any cat ever got out of me was 2 bites. Usually it's just one and done. By the time the 1 bite has gone in, I'm already out of the situation. I did have one cat get 2 bites in first. But there is a groomer down in Philly. I always have to laugh because at the time, it was what, 10 years ago, I was thinking about hitting the road and going to different salons and, you know, sharing some of my knowledge of cat grooming to other cat groomers in the area, aka dog groomers, right? Because there's such a sore, there's not enough training for dog groomers, right? I mean, there is, but they just don't seem to understand how to access the training, even though they make it, you know, the National Cat Groomers Institute makes it so easy. All you do is just jump onto their website, start downloading some of their online syllabuses and videos and things like that and get started that way. But somehow it's an issue or a problem, right? Probably because, you know, they're going to have to pay for it. And what do dog groomers like to do? They like to invest their money in grooming tools. Their next pair of shears, you know, they've already got 20, but they need another one. Or their next fancy clipper. Or let's see, their next fancy brush, their next fancy, they don't like to spend money when it comes to cats because the mentality in the pet grooming industry is they're just cats, right? So if you're gonna ask for training in cat grooming, to the point where you're setting yourself up for, you know, like a certification process, it's going to cost money. Just saying, right? So, anyway, back to the guy in Philly. So I called him. I figured I'd call him first. He's the first, you know, nearest cat groomer I know to where I am. And he literally laughed and mocked at the idea of me going to him to teach him, because after all, he's a dog groomer. Oh, God. Anyway, after that initial response that he had to the idea of me hitting the road and sharing my secrets with other groomers, you know, the next thing that came out of his mouth was the mauling, where he was bitten 13 times. 13 times, people. And yes, he had to go to the hospital. Do you know what it takes to piss a cat off so much to the point where that cat just turns around and lets you have it 13 times? The irony of him saying, no, I don't need any training, but then the second thing out of his mouth is he was mauled and bitten 13 times by one cat. So it's never going to make any sense, people, right, when it comes to cat grooming. Either you learn the techniques or you don't. And watch what happens, right? I knew one mobile dog groomer. Her only technique that she knew was to scruff the cat. Put it in a lion cut, do whatever. She'd scruff the cat. Lift it up off the table, scruff it, right? She scruffed the wrong cat, people. Because you can't just scruff every cat. In fact, there's probably only 5 clients in my database that have those actual grooming technique notes to gently scruff, because it actually makes it better for the cat. And they're probably ragdoll cats. But anyway, she scruffed the wrong cat, people. That cat turned around and let her have it. And you know what she did next? She turned around and threatened to sue the owner's homeowner's insurance. Demanded that the owner cover her injuries through her homeowner's insurance. So buyer beware, people. You're going to be hiring a mobile groomer to come in who doesn't have a van, who's outside, but comes into your home. They have no training, and in this case, they didn't even have any, I guess, insurance for their business. You would think it's a law, if you're going to be grooming cats, that you should have some kind of insurance, you know, to take care of matters like getting bit by a cat, right? But no. And when I asked the owner of the cat if she actually filed it through her homeowner, she said yeah, because she didn't think she had a choice. And I'm like, oh yes, you definitely have a choice, right? Anyway, she's so cute. She's just so cute. Let's get her cat carrier ready. So this is the towel that came with her. So we'll just fold that up a little bit and then spray it with some Feline. Good girl. There. That's the Feline. That's a man-made copy of the cat's pheromone that they use and secrete to say that something is safe. So Feline is the man-made copy of a cat's natural pheromone that indicates that something is safe. And it's very effective. We'll actually, when the cat arrives in their cat carrier, we won't even mess with that cat until they've had at least 15 minutes of downtime with Feline. So we'll spray a small baby blanket with the Feline, put it over the cat carrier, put them over by the cat corner with the music, wait about 15 minutes before we even begin services. I wasn't talking about myself, Starlight. I was giving an example of dog groomers out there and the wrong techniques that are being used and how that can turn around and bite them in the ass, right? You scruff the wrong cat, and in the case of that mobile groomer, that cat turned around and let that groomer have it. Because scruffing is not a technique. But in the pet industry, when you're dealing with dog groomers who have no actual training for cat grooming, in their minds, that's what they think they're supposed to do, right? So they go ahead and work with that technique. It might be the only technique they know, but you know, in my opinion, if you're going to be offering professional cat grooming services to the public, you should at least know about 100 techniques, right? And in some cases, that dog groomer only knows one. And if you do scruff the wrong cat, that cat can turn around and let you have it, right? It's not even a technique. I mean, it can be. It can be. When you're working with a ragdoll cat, yeah, that's like a little ace up your sleeve, right? But only if that cat responds in a positive way. A technique is something you do to make it better for the cat. If you scruff a cat and it makes it worse for the cat, that's no longer a technique, people, right? That's just compensating for the lack or knowledge or training of cat grooming, and you do what you think you're supposed to do, right? All right, Q&A is over. Headset is coming back off again, so I can't hear you guys. We're gonna go back to finishing her up and get her on her merry way home. Waka waka. You can come out. She's like, nah, I'm good. All right. She's like, I'm good. That was good. I like it in there. I know. I know. All right. Where is this? There we go. So we're going back with the Fuzzy Fix Clipper with the Wall 7F. Not just any wall, the competition series black one, right? You did it. She's like, I did. What did I do? You got yourself all nice and pretty. You got your hair did in time for Thanksgiving. Yeah. Because tomorrow you're going to be the hostess with the mostest during the Thanksgiving holidays. Yeah, you're going to go up and meet everyone. Meet and greet everyone who comes and arrives for dinner. Yeah. She's like, I can do that. I know. No scrubbing. Hey, you need your bed? She said, I don't mind. Alright, let's fancy this back up again. She's like, I feel very fancy. We're gonna make it even fancier. Alright. That is her tiger head. No mane. Her owner's request is the tiger. And then the length is the velvet. So Velvet Tiger is the name of this service request here at our salon. Right? If you cannot put into words what your service request is for your cat here at our salon, yeah, we don't begin services. Which is why we usually figure that out ahead of time with the owner on the phone. Because you'd be surprised at how long it would take for an owner to make up their mind what they want if they don't know what they want, right? 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and they're still trying to figure out what they want. And you've already cut into the groom time by 30 minutes, so it's important that the owners know what they want before they arrive, right? And apparently for some owners, it's almost impossible for them to figure out what they want. Even if they have just 2 short hair cats. I mean, what are the options for a short hair cat, really? So the owner didn't know whether she wanted to just give them a short hair shampoo package or whether she wanted to put them in a haircut. 20 minutes later, as her kids were screaming, as I was inadvertently misgendering her one child, who I thought was a girl, but it was a boy with long hair, that's when things started to get heated. And about 25 minutes later, she literally imploded, lost her mind, and left with her 2 cats. Why? Because she could not put in words what she wanted for her 2 cats. 2 short hair cats. There's not a whole lot of options there, people. You can either keep the cat's coat natural, right? And do the short hair shampoo package, right? Or you put the cat in a haircut, which includes the shampoo package, right? So those are kind of the only, you know, the 2 options, right? No, she couldn't wrap her head around it. I don't even understand why she was there. So it's people like that client that paved the way for why we have the policies in place that we do, right? Not just her, but people like her, right? Yeah. Waka waka. Other side. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. My headset is currently off my ear right now, so I can't hear what you're saying. But as soon as I'm done, I will put it back on. You understand, right, people? Why it would be important for me to keep my energy levels in check when grooming a cat, right? And not allowing a download of raw sewage to be going in my ear right now. So, you understand, right, people? Just saying. Just saying. That's what I equated to. All of that. I refer to it as raw sewage. Raw verbal sewage. Okay. Are we there yet? Pretty much. This is kiwi. Alright, let's do your back legs. Waka waka. We're going to take a little pals brush up in reverse. Don't you wish your kitty was sweet like this one? Don't you wish your kitty was sweet as this one? Don't you? Don't you? You did it. You did it. With cats, they're not going to just stand there and let you do all your final finishing, so you kind of have to find a way to hold them so that you can see where everything is. Make sure you got everything done. Cat grooming is an amazing side hustle if you learn the right techniques, proper handling, all of that good stuff. Get yourself a, I don't know, go over to the NCGI website, get yourself a syllabus, 1 or 2. They sell them in bite-sized pieces. You don't have to buy the whole syllabus, right? And you can just start with, oh, I don't know, the lion cut. Last time I went into their website, it was like $65, right? They're not going to send you a video. I think what happens is you're sent a link to a porthole. So all of your purchases for study are a link. And then you just open up into that educational link and start learning from home, right? And their videos as well, right? So that you're going to be able to learn and watch another groomer, right? Just like sort of like what you're seeing right now. Only this is free, right? So you'd be amazed at how many cat groomers are posting a bunch of their stuff on the different social media. Right? You got Whisker Park on TikTok. I call her the Queen of Black Grooming because she does every cat she's using that technique, right? You've got someone called I want to call her Winnie, but it's not Winnie, it's Winston from Charleston Cat Grooming. She's on Insta. Her main page is on Insta. You got a bunch of cat groomers all around the world who go live, right? A lot of them are from Malaysia. Lots and lots of live cat grooming on TikTok, but in my area you'd have to wait till midnight because they're 12 hours ahead, right? Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye to Kiwi. She's like, I'm all ready for the Thanksgiving dinner. I'm gonna be the host. I'm gonna be the host. Let's call your owner. Bye, Kiwi. I'll be right with you guys. Give me 1 second. Oh. Alright, the owner's here. I was going to do some Q&A. Sorry, guys. Gotta go. Alright, all the best. Thanks. Hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.